Hello. You will remember that we were doing an experiment where we had sugar and water and we added yeast to the sugar and water. And we noticed that after a while a gas was given off, which turned lime water milky. Now all the milkiness has fallen to the bottom. We'll just take that away. Now, here we've got the liquid that's left after the yeast's done its work. And what's in there is actually a mixture of two liquids now, not just water. The yeasts work to produce something else, and that something else is called alcohol. Now, I want to separate the alcohol from the water. Now, the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to rely on the fact that alcohol is easier to boil than water. It boils at a lower temperature. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Alcohol boils at about 90 degrees Celsius. And if I warm up the mixture, as I can do here, if I warm up the mixture, what will happen is that the alcohol in here will boil first, I hope. And if there's enough alcohol in here, the alcohol will boil first, leaving most of the water behind, and we should be able to get some pure alcohol, which should pass through this tube and into our nice, clean jar there. So what we can see is that we're heating the liquid up. We're starting to produce some bubbles here. And what we're going to see, I hope, is that bubbles of gas will be produced here. And I'm hoping that the bubbles will be bubbles of alcohol as it boils. Okay, so we're going to see that in a few seconds, I hope. And just make sure it's nicely shaken so it heats evenly. Right. So what we're seeing now is the liquid boiling here, and we may be able to see some droplets forming on the sides of the flask here as vapor, as the gas comes up the tube, comes up the flask rather, into the tube. Make sure it doesn't get too hot, otherwise if it gets too hot that'll spoil my experiment, because the liquid will just bubble over and come through, and I don't want that. I want the alcohol vapor to rise and go into the tube, and you can see it now. I can see droplets of vapor coming into this tube, and I'm hoping that we should be able to see a few droplets coming out of the end of the tube. Watch carefully. Can you see them? Can you see those droplets coming down? Now, because alcohol boils more easily than water, I'm hoping that I can show you that that liquid is alcohol. I'll just turn this off. I should have enough to do my experiment with there. All right, we'll try that now. We'll pour some of this liquid from our mixture onto a piece of scrap wood there, and I hope I can get a match out before it all disappears. And there we go. There we go. And what we can see burning there, oh, I've just blown it out. What we could see burning there was the alcohol from our mixture. Make sure it's out. Turn that over. Make sure it's out. I'll pour some more. Have a little bit more. And there. And there we go. So we've separated alcohol from our mixture. So what does that tell us? It tells us that when yeast feeds on sugar and water, it makes two new things. It makes carbon dioxide gas, which we saw turn lime water milky, and alcohol. And that alcohol, as we see, burns. Water doesn't. See you next time. Water milky and alcohol. And that alcohol, as we see, burns. Water doesn't. See you next time.